Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, this is Jesse with the Common Nerd, and we already had a pretty good idea that Captain America Brave New World was going to end up being a disastrous dumpster fire. The box office is not looking good in any way, shape, or form, and has already come in what a lot of the other movies have as well. So needless to say, ladies and gentlemen, things aren't looking great in any way, shape, or form for the Disney Marvel production out there. Well, it turns out that after basically someone is confirming a lot of the rumors that we've been hearing out there for a while, talking about the fact that even internally Disney knew that this movie was going to end up being a disastrous dumpster fire. At best, the movie was considered serviceable inside of the House of Mouse, and that is not a good thing you want with a Marvel tentpole out there like Captain America. And now we've got someone else out there speaking to Vulture, essentially confirming this. A Marvel employee has spoken out anonymously, of course, because you want to make sure he keeps his job going forward and be able to get hired for other things out there. But needless to say, he's saying everyone knew this was probably not going to be a good film. Absolutely everyone on the crew knew this right from the get-go, it sounds like, boys and girls, and it looks like this is all going to come to fruition over there this weekend in the box office, and I cannot wait to report on the actual numbers for you what this disastrous dumpster fire turns out to, because even the critics hate this movie, boys and girls, with an absolutely abysmal Rotten Tomato score. This movie seems destined to failure, and it looks like everybody involved with it knew that from the very beginning. So we're going to check out this article from Fandom Pulse, getting all of the juicy details, but before we do, if you do enjoy our content, hit that like button, share it with all your friends, and subscribe or follow if you have not already, boys and girls, because we are grinding, we are growing, and I could not do that without every single one of you. Also, let us know what you think about this in the comment section down below. Would this surprise you at all, considering the fact that we have heard things like this from Marvel products in the past? Or do you think this movie, maybe this guy's just trying to say things to clout so we can hang out with Vulture crew people and talk to all of them? Let us know what you think about all that in the comment section down below. And if you do enjoy our content, please check out the links in the description down below if you'd like to support. All right, from John F. Trent over at Fandom Pulse. Alleged Captain America Brave New World crew member says everyone on the crew knew this film was probably not going to be a good film. An alleged crew member from Marvel Studios' Captain America Brave New World shared that everyone on the crew knew the movie was probably not going to be a good film. The alleged crew member, who spoke anonymously to Vulture, told the outlet, "I worked on the reshoots. I think everyone on the crew knew this is probably not going to be a good film. Some of the action sequences were not believable, and we've had a lot of frustrations on set." I mean, honestly, everybody in the fan base has been talking about that as well. I mean, seriously, unaltered, no super soldier serum. Anthony Mackie's Falcon out there is supposed to take on the Red Hulk. Oh, well, he's got a vibranium suit now. Really? Really? Like, really? That's going to make it all believable? I mean, seriously, like, I mean, even that all in case, like, just the gravity aspect of it once, that whole scene with, like, him blocking Hulks, and then the trailer, you saw him block Red Hulk's freaking fist with that literally would have pile-driven that dude into the ground. He is not Steve Rogers. He does not have the super soldier serum. He's not Bucky. He's not any of those kind of things out there. He's just a regular dude out there donning a fancy suit. They just say, don't know how believable, and even the crew sounds like they didn't even think that was believable. He added, after principal photography was finished, it was like, oh, we're going to introduce the leader of the Serpent Society. It was on, then it was off, then it was on again. That's very expensive to do. My co-workers who spent more time on Brave New World than I did say, yeah, this has been a really rough production. And that's the thing, like Disney Marvel knew internally that no one wanted this, right? They were just doing it for all of the diversity, inclusion, and equity purposes so they could make Captain America black, right? Like that's literally all this movie was ever done for. And it's one of them situations where they knew the fans were going to reject this and they were doing their best. I mean, there's a reason why they essentially reshot this entire movie. That's where like the whole joke about like the Hollywood Reporter or whatever trying to put it out there is, it's a $180 million budget. Well, maybe that's what this last summer cost them. What about the whole other movie? You know, back when it was titled New World Order, which apparently was too on the nose. I mean, literally, is that the argument for it? Well, that was New World Order's budget. And guess what? It's all the same movie. This movie cost them $300 million easy, and it is going to flop at the box office absolutely ridiculously, and even the people involved with it knew it was going to be garbage. The crew members also shared that Harrison Ford's Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross, character who becomes president of the United States and eventually transforms into the Red Hulk, reads as an allusion to Trump. Oh, color us shocked there. This leftover movie from the woke diversity, inclusion, and equity time over there at Disney Marvel, color us shocked there. They were going to take pot shots at Trump. Little hard to do that when everybody realized that Biden was an absolute imbecile and Kamala was never going to win because she's annoying and retarded. Yeah, wonder why they did all those reshoots over the summer last year. I think Disney Marvel already knew what the writing on the wall was going to be. He elaborated. He's this very powerful general who becomes kind of a fascist, turns into a raging red Hulk. This is my opinion, but I think Disney was realizing, hey, we've been bleeding for a while. Let's try not to piss off our core base any more than we have been over the last couple of years. And even they, everybody knows that the last few years of Disney Marvel has been absolute a disastrous dumpster fire. I mean, at the best, you can call it phase bore, but really it's just a bunch of acolyte of the cult nonsense. Remember, Eternals saved lives, boys and girls. I guess just screw Jack Kirby. But yeah, I've been on that rant a few times in the past. They know they're going to lose a lot of your audience that way. I know, strange concept. Taking political pot shots at half the country and who represents them and who they voted for is not a good idea. I'm pretty sure Michael Jordan said it best back in the 90s, Republicans buy shoes too. Like, this is not rocket science in any way, shape, or form. So the alleged crew members' comments come in the wake of Anthony Mackie saying that America should not be representing Captain America. We've gone over all of that before, all of that kind of stuff out there. It also comes amid reports that the upcoming film opening box office weekend exceptions look bleak. Obviously, we've talked about those, and we'll do another video over what the Thursday night previews actually were as well. And then, of course, we talked about the fact it's got a 51% rotten from the critics. Even the Access Media paid shills could not push this movie down. They could not lie about this movie enough to be able to actually give it a positive Rotten Tomato score. And if you think that one's going to be bad, I can't wait to see what the audience score is on this thing. But needless to say, even the paid Access Media absolutely hated it. And guess what? Over IMDb, the scores aren't good either. 5.7 out of 10 from 4,400 reviews. That is abysmal, boys and girls, and all that does is line up and just verify even more exactly what this Marvel leaker is saying, right? Because they knew. And this isn't the first time we've heard this. We heard this from Elizabeth Olsen out there publicly about what happened with Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness and how things were just such a disaster. They had no idea what they're doing. And guess what? That seems to be kind of Disney Marvel's thing as of late. They have no idea what they're doing. They have no idea what direction they're going in. They were listening to all of these activist cultists for a very long time, all the woke mob people out there. And you know what? At least for Kevin Feige's sake, it does seem like he has purged all of those people from his ranks. And hopefully this Captain Black America movie will be one of the last disastrous dumpster fires that we see come out of Disney Marvel. Of course, we've still got Thunderbolts to go, and I can't wait because that one's probably going to be even worse than Captain Black America. But needless to say, it sounds like it was just as much of a disastrous dumpster fire behind the scenes as it will be at the box office.